shift Sean Stevenson to the wing, and clearly the bench strengthened immensely with the arrival of Jackson Hemapol, Bryn Hall and Matt Proctor from All Black duty.
Well, Brazil, big challenge for them, and they're without their regular skipper Juan Rossetti for this game as well. This is a massive task. They've played a lot of international teams in the past, but this is the first time they've faced one from New Zealand. National anthems now. So excited crowd, biggest to watch a rugby game ever in the history of Brazil. They know the magnitude of this challenge, Richard. They are up against a real force here, but they want to give a good account of themselves.
Yeah, looking at, you can just see the enthusiasm clearly amongst the crowd, but also the players themselves, their approach to the haka was full of determination, and yeah, a massive amount of excitement, nervous excitement as well, and a huge air of expectation about the next 80 minutes.
Well, you can hear the samba drums, the famous drums of Brazil that inspire their players, and just waiting for the match to start. Federico Anselmi of Argentina is the referee. We've seen plenty of him in the past, refereeing Super Rugby, Rugby Championship, Rugby International games, and so he's the man in charge. Say the Brazilians, known as the Tupis, they take their name from the most prominent of their own indigenous peoples, and they will understand the mystique about this Māori All Black side, because mystique is such a big part of the sporting makeup in Brazil. It was an interesting addition to the calendar, this one, but it's a match that will massively boost the Impact Beyond Rio program that's being run in Brazil in association with World Rugby, looking to build on the massive interest in rugby created by having the Sevens and the Rio Olympics. And we'll give you some numbers later in the game that'll just underline how much rugby is growing in Brazil. It's never going to be the national sport, we know that, but massive growth in rugby. More and more players playing the game, involved in the game. 160,000 now playing rugby at schools level. There's our referee, Federico Anselmi. Argentinians, well, there's a great rivalry between Brazil and Argentina, but he's the man in the middle today. So it will be Otere Black. And he makes history by kicking off here at Estadio de Morumbi in Sao Paulo. And Brazil taking it down inside their own 22. Lucas Duque firing it back. Josh Reeves, he's got a very good left boot. This one's gone right down the middle though, and an early chance for Matty Lansdowne to run it back at them. Getting an opportunity at fullback today, and working it away to the left. And New Zealand, of course, with the power of Akira Ioane, Reed Prinsep, Billy Harmon, Pari Parkinson and co. Some very good ball carrying forwards. They really are going to make this Brazilian defence work. Otere Black trying to get a kick in behind, but taken nicely by Sansari, and he'll clear for touch.
Oh, interested in their approach to this one. The Brazilians, their first touch of the ball, kicking it back to the Māori and getting into a midfield situation, so inviting the counter-attack from the Māori, and that might be dicing with danger and an early injury concern too. Lucas Abud, loose head prop for Brazil. Heavy contact, Pari Parkinson, who along with Isaiah Walker-Leawari were outstanding in the second row for the Māori last weekend.
So it's Kapene. Ash Dixon, the captain, throws to the line out, and the Māori All Blacks have the ball. Tay Walden just to set things up for a switch away to the right. This is where I think they're going to battle, just trying to contain the likes of Pari Parkinson, who is proving very difficult to get on the ground. In the end, he's taken down by Vetorato, the big prop, but they'll come back for a penalty. I don't think they'll be worrying about too many kicks at goal today from penalties, the Māori All Blacks. Field looks good. As I say, the rain has been falling for some time. Matty Lansdowne getting his opportunity at fullback. Jonah Lowe, Sean Stevenson, the wingers, Rob Thompson, Tay Walden in midfield, or Terry Black, Jonathan Ruru, 9 and 10, Ioane Harmon and Prinsep, the loosies, Parkinson, Walker-Leawari at lock, Renata and May, the props, and Ash Dixon about to throw to the line out, captain and hooker, and they go down towards the back, taken down by Prinsep. They smuggle it back, Akira Ioane, and they look to drive, and Dixon's got his hands on it. Now they look to hold them up, so they reset and go the other way. Still got it under control, getting close, and they're over the line, and it's a try.
Well, last person that went in with the ball was Walker-Leawari, and a little bit of early animosity in this one. They've sorted it out quickly, and the net result will be a Māori All Black try, and I'm picking it was Isaiah Walker-Leawari that, well, he had control. He was the one in possession of the ball as he got driven over the line. Picked up a couple last week, the lock forward, and he might have got his name on the score sheet early here in Sao Paulo.
There he is, number 4. Walker-Leawari had a memorable debut in Chicago, just a little bit of emotion pouring over there, but already just 4 minutes on the clock, and Terry Black looks to convert the Māori All Blacks' first try, which he does with ease. It's a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, and early signs of the areas where Brazil will struggle to contain this New Zealand side. So physical, that driving maul is a real go-to play for them. Their execution last week was very good.
So the man with the ball is Josh Reeves, New Zealand born, qualifies for Brazil on residential grounds, and chips a nice restart out too, but controlled by Akira Ioane Harmon has it now, and they look to swing onto the attack. Walden now close to the touchline, but not into touch. Ruru clears it away, and having a charge is Ben May. Black waiting for it, but they go to the left, and Billy Harmon, great to see him playing in this game. Season it's had a few injury issues to deal with. Creeping up towards halfway now, Thompson getting a kick in behind the defence. Tracking back is Reeves, and sends a long kick downfield, but he hasn't put it out. And here's Sean Stevenson. Well, anything could happen here. He is so elusive, eventually ridden to the ground 12 metres inside the half, and Thompson has it, gets a lovely ball away too to Walker-Leawari. Lansdowne now flung to the ground. I get the feeling the Brazilians are going to have a fair bit of tackle practice today. Renata, well, the ball's left behind, but it's picked up by Ioane, right, referee says it went forward. So we'll have a scrum. Gosh, they're a bit feisty, aren't they, the Brazilians? There's a bit of pushing and shoving and plenty of talking going on. You can see Tonke, Lucas Duque having a word there, the halfback.
Well, when you're a massive underdog, Tony, you got to front up. And that's exactly what they're doing, Brazil. They've come here with the right attitude. We're going to take a backward step. And they need to be physical for as long as they can be.
Well, this is Veterato on the tight head side for Brazil up against Ben May. Could be quite a good battle. This Veterato regarded as the best prop or best tight head in the Americas Championship this year, although he goes to ground there. Now Reeves with the kick goes deep. Bounces nicely back in field for Lansdowne, and counter-attack not really an option. Puts a long kick downfield. There is Reeves, Josh Reeves. Went to Brazil with his partner and now qualifies on residential grounds, but Richard's got a pro contract in the States coming up.
Yeah, picked up a contract in the Major League Rugby, Utah Warriors. So once he sees out his obligations with the Brazil national team, he'll head over to the States and apply his trade as a professional.
See a couple of the big men in the Brazil pack. The man in jersey 6, Virgo Vieira, a big lock, but Parkinson's got up and he's done really well. He's been in terrific form, and Billy Harmon makes good progress up towards halfway. Referee says a little knock on in there though, so Brazil are going to get their hands on the ball for the first time. Big roar goes up from the crowd, but now it's probably been ripped away. No, referee says come back. Good work from Jonathan Ruru there to tear the ball away from the oncoming Brazilian forwards, but they'll come back. No advantage from the knock on by New Zealand.
Yeah, I guess the discipline here, as we see Ruru ripping the ball free, but no advantage to the Brazilians, so they'll come back to the set pieces. The discipline for the Māori is not to loosen up too early, do some graft, try and take the enthusiasm out of this Brazilian side, and then once they've done that, they can go to work. But impressed with the first up scrum effort of Brazil.
Well, big shove comes in from the Māori All Blacks. Ball flung rather wildly out towards the left wing, and Robert Tenorio, who makes a bit of progress, but he's had the ball taken off him by Sean Stevenson. Just looking at the two flankers in 7 and 6, I think there's been a bit of a jersey swap there. Muller's the man with the long blonde hair. Virgo is wearing jersey 7. Vieira, the man with the headgear towards the front. And Brazil ball too. They lob it down to the back, overthrown. Just now picked up by Reeves for Brazil. Duque clears it away. And opportunity to try and launch something. Sansari moves it on to his brother, but they ran out of room.
Oh, created nicely though, did Brazil. Have to give some space. And he immediately recognised the mismatch, got on the outside of a couple of tight forwards defending. Yeah, and then needed some support to bring the ball back in. Didn't come, so the Māori will go to the set piece.
So Dixon with the throw. Aruda just hanging off the back of the line out there for Brazil. And taken down by Prince. Ruru decides to put one high. Stevenson to give chase, but It's a good counter-attacking ball here, and now an opportunity for Brazil, and it's Tenorio, the winger, but he's given it away. And now they're going to have to double back as Jonah Lowe makes the kick downfield. Lansdowne giving chase. Reeves has gone back. Lansdowne keeps his feet. Ball comes back for Brazil, and Dookie clears it away. Going to be taken quickly though. Thompson, in fact, picks out himself. Tries to fend off the first. No, they'll come back.
Come, time. Come. After every ball, we have push and shove. So you have time to talk with your player, no more. Talk with your player, no more. We restart with the scrum, black ball. Have a chat. Okay. Have a chat, please.
Well, it has been a bit feisty from the get-go, but as I said, I think the Brazilians just not wanting to take a backward step, front up physically, but Federico Anselmo's had enough, so the warnings have gone out.
Just got to make sure he's talking to the right Sansari brother. They're identical twins.
Daniel, a couple kilos heavier, Tony, so that should be easy to spot.
Yeah, Daniel, the fullback, he's played a lot of rugby in France, mainly in the French second division. So 12 minutes gone. And Isaiah Walker-Leawere with the only try of the game so far. And it goes to the line out, one by Parkinson for the Māori. Crash ball from Walden. And not able to control it around the fringe. Trying to clear it away was Ash Dixon. And you look at big Veterato there rolling up his sleeves. The more of these, the better, he's saying.
Well, that's what he's there for. Without Veterato, the bloody prop for Brazil.
Well, he said before the game, we will fight to the end. We will fight to surprise World Rugby. There hasn't been any fighting. There's been a fair bit of pushing and shoving. But here he is about to go to work again. Powerful man in the boot of the scrum too. Andre Aruba, who, believe it or not, has the same name as Andre the Giant, who passed away not that long ago. And here he is just channeling the ball. It's a good scrum from Brazil. And the kick ahead from Reeves. Finding a bit of space at the back too. Stevenson. Well, I'm sure in time they'll open it up, but just feeling at the moment the time just to settle things down. But Brazil have to be happy with the way their set piece is working.
Absolutely. Impressed with their scrum. Three scrums. The first one, very good. The second one, not so. The third one, very good again. So are we on the confident train at the moment? Brazil.
Where's the hooker? Vilton Rebolo coming in for his captain for this game. Plays for the Saracens club in Sao Paulo. Ball tapped back. A little bit awkward, but Reeves has got it. And already signs that Josh Reeves, a very tidy player. Harmon making the tackle and helping dislodge the ball and then regathering it. So good work from Billy Harmon. Ruru kicks long and sends them tracking back too. It's Tenorio, the left winger. Well, he's almost got himself in a world of trouble, but he's got it away to Sansari here. Captain making play up towards the 22 before he's tackled by Ruru. Big counter ruck coming in from the Māori All Blacks. But coming away with it now is Diaz. Duque to clear. And they're going to try and chance their arm and run it out? No. Kick downfield, taken by Lansdowne. Now Black, well, he thought about kicking himself, decides might have a go here. tipped up as Stevenson. And I don't think the referee's very happy with that.
No, something that happened after Black's passed the ball, Tony, and again it's the niggle. But this time it might have just crossed the line here. Teddy Black, after he's passed the ball, he's taken a big shot.
I think Ash Dixon's saying there, well, you want a game of footy, let's play one. I think he's getting a little bit annoyed by some of the, just a bit niggly.
That's not the incident. It was Teddy Black. I think.
You leave tackle late without the ball. No more. You go now. I say no more.
So there's a warning. In fact, I think we've got someone going to the bin here. We have. It's Vilton Rebolo, the hooker. He has been dispatched for the late shot on Oteri Black. And things just got a little tougher from the boys from Brazil.
Oh, it sure has. He's a big boy, Vilton Rebolo, and a big part of their early scrum.
Felipe.
Well, it's not dominance yet, but it's certainly favourable towards the Brazilians. But without him, they've got work to do.
Communication's going to be interesting. Of course, Anselmi, being Argentinian, is a Spanish speaker speaking English. Brazil, of course, the language is Portuguese. Got a few players who've played in France, might know a bit of French, some of them will know a bit of English. Dixon throws, pulled down by Parkinson, and they drive it away too, but got players in front of the ball carrier.
Changing lane.
Yeah, changing lanes, the call. The signal pretty universal. And the ball in the hands of Lucas Duque.
Yeah, an interesting one that. It's almost like, well, you're not questioning the decision bang on, but one of those situations where they changed lanes just because the Brazilians all defended on one side and it shared off, so it created a second maul situation, and all the Māori All Black players in front of the ball carrier and then immediately offside. So you see them share to the left, so that creates immediately a second maul. Players there not aware of that. So it's technical, but bang on.
Yeah, the ball, to be legal, ball had to be right at the front of that breakaway. Now, they'll have to bring someone on, will they? Or are they going to let the prop throw the ball in? Hooker in the bin. They go to the front. And Diaz Duque clears it away. Here's Aruda. He's put on the ground. Well, 18 minutes gone. Brazil with a man in the bin, but they're scrapping away pretty well. Muller on the charge. Reeves calling for it. Well, opts not to pass, and the referee's got the arm out. Māori All Blacks came up offside. And so he'll let them play a bit here and see if they can make something of it, and they might just do that here. Tenorio looks like a big, strong man on the left wing. And as the counter ruck came in, they'll come back.
He's looked good. Robert Tenorio brought to ground there, but a couple of opportunities, ball in hand, and he's made yards and giving this very good crowd. 67,000 capacity here at Estadio do Morumbi, but half full, just over half full, so that's 30-odd thousand. I've never been good at maths, Tony, but it's a good crowd. I'll leave it at that.
Yes, I've seen some vision of the Brazilian team in action, and they play on some, has to be said, fairly average grounds normally. I mean, I know from your days back in Italy playing football, rugby, you tended to play on some pretty rough grounds at times, and it's been the case with these guys. They played an Argentinian 15 earlier on this year on what looked like a a public park, really, more than a rugby ground. But, well, they can have a shot at goal here. And it's Duque's going to have a shot. So Moises Duque. One thing about Brazilians, they know how to kick a ball. This one over 50 metres. They're not going to make it. Worth a crack. Is the older of the two brothers.
I think he would have had the distance, just didn't have the accuracy. Teddy Black will restart from inside the 22.
Well, 21 minutes gone, and still just 7-0. The try by Walker Leaweri for the Māori All Blacks, but since then, Brazil are battling away well here. Tronquez gets it away, Sanseri, so they're mixing things up. That time they had Daniel Sanseri, the fullback, waiting up on the right. There's Vieira. He's put on the ground on halfway. Trying a little pick and go. Good solid tackle made by Akira Ioane. Now Reeves looking to pop the ball back in field. And they keep it alive. Duque with the offload. Goes in again. And just a little knock on there.
It's that classic situation of just getting ahead of yourself. That's certainly the good option, the pick and go.
Well, they'd be pretty pleased here, Brazil, the Tupis, holding this very strong Māori All Black side, coming off a big win last week against the USA. They've got a man in the bin, haven't conceded any more points. There's Muller, distinctive figure. And the other big man in that shot was the Lock Vieira. And now they have to bring on the replacement, Kike Segura.
So just figuring out who's drawn the short straw. I think it might be Vertigo.
Yeah, Muller's still there. In fact, I think they've taken the number 8 off, Richard. Well, it's taken nearly 7 minutes for them to have to make the change because Lucas Abud through to the line out. So having a look at the other side of the scrum here now. Marcel Renata up against Abud. Underpowered scrum, and scooting away with it as Ruru throws a big wide pass. And now off goes Sean Stevenson, spinning in the tackle. Tenorio's finally got a hold of him. Ioane now 3 waiting for him. His reputation would have preceded him, no doubt. Black trying to get it wide, but struggling off the first tackle is Thompson. Now down the flank, goes low, but the ball's ended up in touch. So you can see the New Zealand wingers. There's Pari Parkinson, but Lowe wearing 14 is playing on the left. Stevenson wearing 11 playing on the right. Flag goes up for that.
Again, good defensive effort from Brazil. Good read. Player came out of the lines, made the spot tackle. Put the Māori under pass pressure.
So it's Segura, the temporary replacement hooker, while there's a man in the bin. They've only got another 1 minute 50. And good work too by Bergo to win the line out. They clear. Now Lansdowne looks to spark something from the back, shovels it off to Stevenson. Now the switch of play, not a great pass, but oh, Ben May with the booming boot. And what's this going to do? Oh, he's lucky. In fact, he'll tell you that's exactly what he was trying to do. make it sit up in the in goal and force the dropout
How about
22.
how about
and the chase.
Exactly
Well,
right. He was the only one.
The only one impressed enough with his kick to chase it.
Yeah, they always say kick's only as good as its chase, and it wasn't great off the boot for May, so he thought I'd better turn it into a good one by putting in a good chase. Good effort.
So Reeves. Coming across to take the restart is Walden. And they set it on the 10, still just 7-0. And this is tigerish stuff from Brazil. They're getting up, they're making their tackles. Their coach, Rodolfo Ambrosio, will be thrilled with this. Bit of a counter-ruck coming in here too. And they've pinched the ball. So Duque clears it away, and Reeves decides this time he'll have a run. Doesn't get far before he's monstered. And the ball comes out on the Māori All Black side. Walker Leawere, Dixon now. They go wide. Walden still going, taken inside the 22. Prinsep arrives to help out. Rain really pelting down as the Māori All Blacks go looking for their second try. And it's May crashing onto it. About 10 metres out from the line. Ruru gets the call from the skip, goes left. Dixon. Well, they can open up a big, clear open side here. Well, Ioane, well, referee says penalty in the side. He's had his hands full.
Yeah, he's got plenty to do. He's earned his keep through the first 27 minutes of this. There's no doubt about that. Tell you what, I'm impressed given the conditions, Tony. Ball handling from both sides, impressive.
Well, these guys have got to be very pleased with their efforts so far. Nearly half an hour gone. They've had a man in the bin who's just returned, Rebolo, and he is a big unit too. And they've battled away, and it's still just 7-0. They go to the middle. Parkinson, they set it, handed it down to Harmon. Now Dixon's got it. They'll go for the line here. Ash Dixon held up just short. Does he know he's over?
Oh, he freed up the right arm. Ash Dixon under all sorts of pressure. This time they were tight. And then keep an eye on it. Dixon there, just freed up that right arm, slammed it down on the line. That's good work from the skipper.
Well, they got the first, I think, 4 minutes into the game, and it's taken them another half an hour or so. But I mean, that rain really, it is very Amazonian rainforest stuff.
Exactly what it is, Tony. But look at that, good work. Eventually it shared away, but they stayed composed, always in control. Dixon. Good awareness of where the white stripe was.
Sao Paulo, I hasten to add, a long way from the rainforest. Big city in the south. It's become quite familiar to New Zealanders doing the Argentina-South Africa trip in the Rugby Championship in recent years. It's a stop-off point, of course. Biggest city in a country heavily populated. The kick is over. And so the leaders doubled. Māori All Blacks 14-0, just short of half an hour gone in the game. And really they had to revert to one of the traditional strengths of the game.
Exactly, yeah, very much a go-to play for them. Had a crack on a couple of occasions. Brazil defended it well, penalised on one. The Māori, but on that occasion got it right. Stayed controlled, stayed disciplined, got the result.
It's Isaiah Walker Leawere of Ngāti Porou, his father Keely, of course, a Fijian who played for the great East Coast team of 1999-2000. Married into Ngāti Porou, and there he is in action, taking the kickoff down. They walk it ahead. Parkinson got the ability to get himself on the other side of a tackler, and oh, what a good strong carry, and then the offload away to Prinsep. Looking to get some rhythm into their game now, Māori All Blacks. They've been denied that to a degree. Black kicking, and not a bad kick either. In the end, Reeves deciding not to touch it.
They're still quite disciplined in their approach, still playing the field position game, the Māori. I guess somewhat dictated too by the conditions.
Well, yeah, the conditions are going to be a bit of a leveller. I mean, it is fair chucking it down. Loose ball at the line-out, but Duque manages to scramble a kick away. And waiting for it, Stevenson lands down, couple of quick passes. Now low. Away it goes to Thompson. Good, strong counter ruck. Duque, the little halfback, not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's the set now close to the touchline for Ruru. Prinsep puts the head down, carries strongly. Ruru, Black now through behind Rob Thompson. Stevenson's got it though, and stepping his way over halfway. Ruru. Black going to the boot again, and oh, is that going to go too far? It is. Well, almost a brilliant kick, but in the end, too far.
Again, impressed. Brazilian defensive system working well, and one of the better ones, the lock forward, Kleber Diaz. Tony moved into the second row, put on a bit of weight, flanker by trade, and running around like a loose forward. There he is in the 5 jersey, about to go to work in the second row, but I've been impressed with his efforts around the track and his ability to make decisions in the defensive line and shut down the Māori All Black attack.
Well, neither of the locks are particularly tall. Both around 193. But they are certainly very mobile. Unsteady scrum, and it's a free kick taken quickly by Brazil. Here's Sansari. Waiting to clear it is Duque. Fires it out to Bergo. Duque again. Reeves now, and trying to give the guy looks like their best attacking weapon, Tenorio, a bit of space. I think the referee's playing advantage here too. Muller can't take it. They'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, definitely, you're right about Tenorio. He has beaten the first defender every time he's had possession of the ball. So, we've got some good firepower. Player down. Muller, it looks like the player on the ground. Tony Testebout.
Just to give you an idea, there's the ball. Falcons ahead. Brazil, they've played 157 international games, and not all of them are test matches. Their winning percentage of about 39-40%. So they're playing a lot of teams from the Americas, but they've had some significant wins, and the one they celebrated the most really was the win over the United States a couple of years ago. 2016, they beat Canada a year later. And earlier on this year, the one I think that got them most excited, they beat that Argentina 15, 36-33. This is where I think the injury came. There's the header from Muller. But they came from about 33-3 or 30-3 down to win that game, Brazil, and that's a huge boost. They followed that up with a win over Chile, 28-12. And so that's given them some confidence. And they're coping with this really well. Thrown in by Rebolo. Unfortunately not able to connect cleanly with the jumper. I think this is a bit of a problem that's going to become more and more apparent. Just a lack of height in that Brazilian line-out. And also the ability of the likes of, well, that's Akira Ioane, but you've got Parkinson, who's such a very good line-out thief.
He's already nabbed one or two. Paddy Parkinson off the Brazilian throw. So there's that area of set play not working so well for the Brazil. This one is very impressed and continue to be impressed by their ability at scrum time.
Well, I guess either two things are going to happen in this game. That the Māori All Blacks could run riot and everyone would be wowed, amazed, and think, wow, this is a game with possibilities. Or Brazil could really come out and put up a good scrap and inspire people that way. Big scrum from Brazil as well, but they managed to clear it efficiently as far as Rob Thompson. And Ruru looks set to kick. Backs away, thumps it downfield, and all not well done there by the man we've been heaping praise on, Robert Tenorio. Trying to keep the ball in play. There's Trunquez on the other wing.
Give me a second. Quick.
Just waiting for a boot. They'll be put back on. He got told to do it quick. Really. Undo the laces.
This is Veterato. Well, considering the conditions, it's great to see too the size of the crowd who braved the weather. Say 30,000, that is at least 30,000. We have no idea what the official number is, but we were told that pre-sales were at least going to half full the ground. Parkinson takes it down and they walk it up. Well, you can see they've done their homework and they have done that a couple of times now.
You have to use or you have to carry in front.
They didn't keep the ball at the front of the maul, is the explanation from the referee. Well, Ambrosio didn't come down in the last shower. Their coach, former Puma, a fly half as a player, but clearly he's gone to work here. He knew they'd do this, and so he's given them the option. You can see quite clearly where the ball is, Richard.
Yeah, although the argument with the Māori is that they had connected with the Brazilian player and therefore deeming it a maul situation, and some we're not seeing it the same. So I just have to make some adjustments and create better awareness there.
Yeah,
Māori.
You can't engage and then back away. And I think that's what Ash Dixon believes they've done. Here's Rebolo, plays for the Saracens Bandeirantes. Bringing it down as Vieira. And Ioane trying to wrap him up. No, but the referee said he had his arms wrapped around him, I think. Or was he gone for a side entry here?
Yeah, incorrect entry into that.
I thought maybe he'd got him for wrapping the arms around before he got back to ground, but...
Well, it was an area they struggled with last week, the discipline side of the game, the Māori. And they'll need to, again, make some adjustments there.
Well, they're not going to have a shot at goal. They want to score a try. So they take their time over forming the lineup, calling the play. And it's Diaz, the big man, who brings it down. They drive furiously at him, though, the Māori All Blacks. And so there's no momentum at all from the line-out. Dookie wants the ball, couldn't get it. Frustration from big Veterato, and well defended by the Māori All Blacks.
Yep, very well defended, very well read, very well executed, and quite literally just monstered the Brazilians on that occasion, and there was no way the ball was coming out of there.
Half-time approaching, less than 30 seconds away. And this, for the locals, will seem like a minor victory. In fact, we're not even going to get that 30 seconds.